Hello students, welcome to the course BOC 104 Plant Physiology. I am Masha Rodriguez, Assistant Professor from Carmel College of Arts, Science and Commerce for Women. The title of this unit is Unit number 8, Plant Growth Regulators, and the name of this module is Discovery and Physiological Roles of Abscisic Acid. The outline of this module: Introduction, Discovery of Abscisic Acid, Physiological Roles of Abscisic Acid. The learning outcomes of this module are: recalls the discovery of abscisic acid, explains the physiological roles of abscisic acid. Abscisic acid is one amongst the plant hormones. There are different plant hormones such as auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, ethylene and so on. So abscisic acid is one of the plant hormones. It is called growth inhibitor hormone because it inhibits the growth. It acts as stress hormone in plants. Chemically, it is a sesquiterpene which is synthesized in the leaves, and this hormone is found in abundance in the dormant seeds and buds. We will now look at the discovery of abscisic acid. In the year 1963, F.T. Endicott isolated a substance from young cotton fruits and named it abscissel 2. This substance was strongly antagonistic to growth. It was later named abscisic acid. At the same time, Eagles and Waring discovered a substance called dormin in the plant Betula pubescens, which inhibited growth and induced dormancy of buds. Later, in the year 1965, Conworth and his co-workers found that dormin was identical with abscisic acid. We will now briefly learn about the biosynthesis of abscisic acid. Abscisic acid is synthesized by the melavolic acid pathway. The precursor for the biosynthesis of abscisic acid is the carotenoid viola xanthine. This is then converted to xanthonin, which is finally converted to abscisic acid. The initial steps of abscisic acid biosynthesis take place in the chloroplasts or other plastids, and the final steps takes place in the cytosol. We will now learn the various physiological roles of abscisic acid. As you can see in this slide, the different physiological roles of abscisic acid are closure of stomata, drought resistance, dormancy, leaf senescence, abscission of plant parts and geotropism. Closure of stomata. Abscisic acid is effective in causing closure of stomata. It inhibits the movement of potassium ion and hydrogen proton exchange in the guard cells. It promotes the leakage of malic acid, and other osmotically active substances also reduce, which then leads to the decrease in osmotic potential. This results in loss of turgidity in the guard cells. The guard cells then become flaccid, which leads to the closure of the stomata. Therefore, abscisic acid plays a role as stress hormone. Next is drought resistance. A high concentration of abscisic acid is found in leaves of plants growing during water stress and drought conditions. Abscisic acid promotes stomatal closure of leaves under water stress by loss of turgor, as we have seen in the previous slide. During drought conditions, the following things take place. Abscisic acid concentration increases, permeability of chloroplast membrane to abscisic acid is also increased, movement of abscisic acid to epidermal and guard cells takes place, and abscisic acid acts as defense against water stress. When such plants, that is water stressed plants, are transferred to normal conditions, they regain normal turgor and abscisic acid concentration decreases. Next is dormancy. Abscisic acid causes inhibition of lateral bud growth. It promotes seed dormancy, and the level of abscisic acid increases with increase in indole acetic acid concentration level, which causes the inhibition of bud growth. Next is leaf senescence. Senescence of leaf is promoted by abscisic acid. The increase in abscisic acid concentration is an indication of senescence. It is characterized by loss of chlorophyll, decreased rate of photosynthesis, changes in nucleic acid and protein metabolism. Abscission of plant parts. Abscisic acid accelerates leaf abscission. It causes the fall of leaves, and it also causes the fall of other plant parts such as flowers and fruits. Lastly, geotropism. The growth inhibitors are accumulated in the root cap. Now, root cap responds to light and gravity due to the accumulation of these growth inhibitors. These inhibitors are transported to the zone of cell enlargement. Cell enlargement is inhibited on the lower side and geotropic response takes place. So students, in this module we have learned what is abscisic acid. We learned briefly about the biosynthesis of abscisic acid. We saw the discovery of abscisic acid, and finally we learned the various physiological roles of abscisic acid. These are the references for the module.